Welcome, welcome, welcome to how to use canvases within Studio. We're just getting started here. Thank you for coming to the session. Just to sort of start things off, for a little bit of housekeeping, today's webinar is going to be recorded, so you'll be able to revisit this again and again to your heart's content. This is going to be more of a little technical know-how on how to highlight how to use multiple canvases within Studio. While we're going through it, please reach out and use the Q&A chat box or directly chat us in the chat window, as well as after the session. Please feel free to reach out via email. We'll be happy to dive into any of your technical problems and then our technical challenges. And then, yeah, turn your audio way up and get ready for the show. Today, my name is Justin Keller. I'm an Associate Director of Solution Consulting. I've been with the company now for over 3 years now. Been working with a lot of different clients, mostly on the west and central region of the United States, as well as Australia, of course. And then and I'll let Juan introduce himself as well. He'll be monitoring the chat while we're going through this.
Hi, everyone. My name is Juan Luna. I'm a solution consultant at Movable Inc. based out of New York City. I've been with the company for about a little over a year and a half now, and I work primarily with our client experience teams who focus on our Northeastern and Canadian-based clients. So really excited to be here with Justin today.
Great. So what is multiple canvases? So really, if you think about it, in Movable Inc.'s platform today, you have the ability to make really easy sort of targeting logic, that waterfall logic, if you have data coming from your ESP, let's say Salesforce. You might have maybe a category preference, or maybe even like this, dining, travel, or shopping inside of your ESP that says, which one of these categories does a user prefer? And that's a great out-of-the-box way to sort of target which creative a user might get. But diving into that a little bit further, what happens if that data is coming from an API? It's a little bit more challenging to separate out a different variation of that creative for each of those different maybe category preferences, or maybe even if we think of a product feed, maybe we want to show a different variation of an on-sale product versus a product that's not on sale. And so how do we take those data points that might be coming from a different data point, like an API or a CSV file, or from the front end of your website? How do we manipulate those in a different way? And that's through multiple canvases. And so that's going to take us right into our live demo today. I'm going to highlight exactly how we can handle those situations in the platform. So we're going to start off with that financial example. How do we iterate this when we have maybe a loyalty API or a user feed where we can get a user's top spend category and iterate the creative that we're highlighting to that particular user? And so this is a great example where we can start to iterate that particular creative for those travel users. Especially if there's a new credit card coming out, we want to make sure that we have that hero image in that email is really hitting exactly what that particular user uses their credit card for. So let's go backwards into building out this piece of creative. I have sort of the creative mostly built out, but really inside of Studio now, we've unlocked a new feature called canvases. So up here on the top left-hand side, there's this concept of canvases where essentially we can start to build that waterfall logic directly in the platform. And so each one of these canvases operate exactly like you would operate anything else inside of Studio. So each one of these allow you to sort of build out the design however you want. Right now we have a default canvas. That's going to meet if there's no rules applied to it. And then we have a travel and shopping. But you have a lot of different tools like duplicating that canvas if you're wanting to create a new category, or just adding a brand new canvas using this. And you can maybe redesign a completely new look and feel for that hero image. But after sort of the design of each one of these sections is set up, we need to essentially, on this right-hand side under this element setting, when we have these elements, these canvases selected, there's this new option here called Show Canvas Based on Logic From, and we need to choose a particular field. So if we come into this Customize section, there's a lot of different tools we can use here to enhance and filter the type of content that we're displaying. But we're going to use this Custom Properties option here. This was actually in the previous demo that was just done right before this session. We highlighted some custom properties, but really we can add one more different property type here. So let's create a property name, travel ? Does a user have travel as their top spend category coming from that user API? And the property type now is going to just be a Boolean logic. Is it a true value or a false value? If it's true, we're going to show this canvas. If it's false, we're going to move on down the waterfall logic until we get to the default canvas. The nice thing is we can include different variables coming directly from that API. So I have this incredible card user data API that comes in, and then I have all these different user fields. One of them is category name. This is coming from the different categories, and they're ranked from top to the bottom of highest spend to lowest spend. So I want the first item in that array of categories and category name. I'm going to pull that variable in so we can essentially use that to say, if true or false, display this travel section. So I'm going to delete the out-of-the-box code there. It's actually, we're going to use some very simple JavaScript, a simple if-else statement. And so we're going to say, if cat name, which is a variable that has the category name of their top spend category, is equal to travel. So it's in plain English. It could be a number depending on your system, but in this instance, it's just a text. If the category name is equal to travel, we're going to return true. Else, in any other circumstances, if it's shopping, if it's restaurants, whatever that is, we're going to return false. Great. So we have that set up now. All we have to do now to sort of link this logic is we're going to choose from the custom properties that we've just set up, and then we're going to select this travel option here. We've now set this canvas up to use that. The only thing we have to do for this other canvas, we can duplicate this custom property, and we can rename it shopping. And we can change this category name to shopping. Now we have both of those set up. I can match this one to shopping. And really, from this point, we're done. We can preview what this might look like with live information from the API. So right now, we're getting the default version. Maybe no customer ID is passed in, or their customer has a cat name of restaurant, let's say. And then customer 444 has their top category spend as travel. So very quickly and easily, we set that up to include that information. One other thing I'm going to add that's a little bit of a bonus here is that we might want to log this information for analytics. Maybe we want to see, did showing customers their specific top travel or their top spend category to them impact them, and which one, maybe shopping, travel, restaurants, provided the greatest lift. And so that we can start to track this, I'm going to add a special a function that's only really available inside of Movable. It's called set extra data. And what this is going to do is it's going to add these two fields into our customer event log, so that when we export out that customer event log or run a custom report inside of Movable, we can identify in this one block which variations were served and what percentage, if that was a dynamic variable for each user, was shown to that user. So we can do some post-campaign analytics. One other field I'll also add here, just so that you could maybe do this, is maybe we want to only log this particular set of extra data on click. And so adding this special MI save true will allow us to log this extra data on click as opposed to just on open. And so another great way to where we can start to add additional information into our reporting so that you can track that going forward. Great. So that one is set up now. I want to highlight one other use case while we're here around pricing. A lot of e-commerce companies have a product API feed that highlights regular and current price. Sometimes they're equal to one another, $19.99 and $19.99, and sometimes they're different. And so we want to, the goal here is to provide a different creative look and feel for how an on-sale product looks versus a not on-sale product. And we want that fully automated with Movable Ink so that we can essentially have these repurposeful product grids that we can put into any campaign. And regardless of the state of the product being returned in the API, the correct variation of the creative will be displayed. So this one will show the was price striked out and have an on-sale badge. And this one was just going to show the price very clearly. So again, we're going to come into the customize section. We're going to go to the custom properties, add a new one called on sale. Really, you can name this whatever you want. Really, the key here is that we're selecting this Boolean option here to say, what is it returning true or false for on sale? I'm going to add two variables from my top trending product API. One is the current price, and I want the first product in this array for this first product grid, first product block. I'm going to add that to my function, and then I'm going to add one more called regular price. So we now have regular price and the current price. And so then we're going to create a very simple if-then, if-else statement. And so we're going to say if the current price is equal to, is not equal to, because the on-sale creative is the one that's going to have the logic. If the current price is not equal to regular price, we are going to return true. And then, of course, else return false. So we can come back and click on the canvas that has that creative already laid out, just like we would build out the creative in any other studio interface, and click on this property type of on sale. And so, very quickly, we set up two different sort of creative variations. We can see that this refrigerator is on sale. They're seeing that on sale price. But if it wasn't on sale, you would see the alternative version of the creative. Alternatively, I have noticed some product feeds where the current price and regular price, sometimes the current price is greater than the regular price. And you don't want to show that to a customer. You could also, if the current price is less than. So really, any type of JavaScript that you want to sort of add into your system here, this is all, you can use JavaScript, any vanilla JavaScript here as well. If you wanted to use an additional library like jQuery, you would have to come into this HTML tab, and you can actually add a jQuery script, the reference to the jQuery library here, and that way you would be able to use jQuery in here as well beyond just vanilla JavaScript. Or some other great examples of using other libraries might be moment.js if you're dealing with time, yeah, really it's very flexible. The point here is that we can now essentially make it really quick and easy for you to change out those creatives based on those API data points. Also, because this is all inside of a single app, when you go into your media library, if you want to pull this into another campaign, it makes it really easy for you to copy and paste into a new campaign. So that's what we were highlighting today for multiple canvases. Very quick and easy. Wanted to sort of give a few minutes here to have any questions that you might have and see if we can answer any of those.
Hey, Justin, I'm getting one question from the chat here. If I have built out a canvas previously for one of my campaigns, is it easy for me to go ahead and recreate that canvas on a different campaign that I'm looking to launch?
Yeah, absolutely. So the beautiful thing is, once you have that built out, pro tip here, and under this app name on the creative settings, it's a good practice if you want to reuse this type of block over and over again, to name it something that you can find very easily.
Sorry, Justin, we're still seeing the slides. Sorry to.
Oh, yep, thank you. I have to. Didn't think that one through. On this app name component here under the creative settings, being able to name this something that you can find. And then once you have that named something that you can find, you can hit save. And then when you go into another campaign, adding maybe a new empty block, you can come and click on this media library section here and very quick and easily either search for it, reference it from a particular campaign. So if we wanted to use this particular campaign, for example, we can then very quickly and easily find that top trending product with multiple canvas product. And so you'll be able to add that canvas very quickly.
And I'm seeing.
So Karen was asking if you can essentially just add several different static images without personalizations and serve a series of images based on the data. Absolutely. So in the app gallery, the beautiful thing is this multiple canvases is available in all of our studio apps. So in this particular example, you would just drop in, let's drop in a blue picture. That's gigantic, but you sort of get the picture here. Then we can duplicate this canvas, add in delete the blue picture, and add in another static image of a red picture, and that and then we can add the canvas Boolean logic to identify, based on that API field, which one of those images we would display. And so we'd come in here and add the custom property for that. Is it blue? Boolean, and then we'd set up. We'd connect it to the correct API. Or CSV or front end of the website and build that logic. Yeah. Good question. Yeah. And so even if, especially if you're working with a marketing team that's not as technical, I think the nice thing is once that Boolean logic is set up, your marketing team can then very quickly and easily modify these creatives. And so whether you set this up once and then you're someone else that doesn't necessarily know much JavaScript, or maybe your client experience team helps you with that JavaScript, you can then come back into this particular block of content and make quick and easy edits to how that on sale versus not on sale product looks. So a lot of great easy efficiencies there that you can use. So we have about 1 minute left. If there's any other questions, feel free to reach out. Again, you can also email me at jkeller@movableinc.com, and I'd be happy to walk through any specific use cases with you as well. So thanks.